Alright, after 30 tries, finally got my phone to stay where it is. Gents, but it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Loving life right now. I hope you guys go outside, enjoy what you love. I don't know, have a good weekend, but I don't know, I just got back from seeing Backrooms. Oh yeah, it was last night. It was a really good, refreshing horror movie. It's nothing perfect, but it was I liked it. It was fun. It's a creepypasta. What more do you expect from a creepypasta? They're gonna keep it creepy, check all the boxes of letting you see what you think of this creepypasta. I don't know, I think they did a good job. And my wiggas, you gotta go into the back rooms of your brain and find yourself. Like, I was thinking about Backrooms all day, and there's a spoiler alert. I don't even know if I understand the movie correctly, but there's versions of you in your head that you forget about, in my opinion. And the reason I've been thinking about this is because I'm about to reconnect with an old friend who we fell off due to something that happened with another friend, and we haven't talked for a few years now. But I know the moment I talk to this guy, it's gonna be like nothing ever happened. Like, I know we both have a mutual understanding of that was a few years ago. We don't really care anymore. It wasn't that serious. Let's just continue being this trio of this Three Musketeer group that we once were. Because that's what I had with that friend group. I don't have a big friend group, so it's just me. It was, for the longest time, it was me and two other friends, and another friend came in, kind of became my best friend. We had a falling off, but in between that, we stopped talking to my original best friend, and yeah, it just did not go well. And then, so fast forward, long story short, we're gonna reconnect now, and I'm just like thinking about how it used to be, how we used to operate as that friend group, and I loved it. It was honestly a great period of time in my life. So I'm like trying to go into my head and find that part of myself, because it's there. I just left it somewhere, some back room in my head, because I didn't think it mattered. I somehow deemed that I shouldn't have been talking to this guy back a few years ago, and I do regret some decisions, but at the same time, I mean, I don't regret them, because I did what I thought was best in that time. And as long as you're moving forward with that mindset, then I don't feel like you should have any regrets. I try my hardest to live my life with no regrets, and I would say up until now, maybe I have one. I'm not going to talk about it on here, but maybe I have one, and that's pretty much it. And sometimes I debate whether or not that's a regret, or if that was just some inevitable character development that I had to go through. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to learn the hard way for a lot of things. Like, there's so many things that you can learn from just other people, from looking at other people's lives. Like, from as simple as, oh, this person does hard drugs, their life went down the shithole, probably shouldn't do hard drugs and spend all my life doing that. Therefore, you learn the lesson without ever having to learn it the hard way. But there are some things where you just have to learn the hard way, and one of those is also girls. All guys are gonna have to, of course, and notice there's nothing you guys haven't heard before, but you guys are gonna go through a heartbreak. Every guy that has enough balls to, I guess, ask out a girl is gonna receive rejection several times, and you're gonna get your heart broken one day. And that's just a lesson that has to be learned the hard way. But yet every single guy is like, oh, this girl's the girl for me, like, this is the love of my life. What's up? Okay, I'm recording a YouTube video. I'm just recording a video. I'm right now. Alright. That was my father warning me from getting a ticket right here where I'm parked. But, what was I saying? Yes, so men, yeah. But yet every single guy, when they first start getting into relationships, like, oh, this is the girl for me, like, there's no other girl besides this girl. And then fast forward a few years later, their mental is down the fucking drain. They have no money, they have no assets, they have no real character development that happened because they're not out there taking risks. They're comfortable, they're just living day to day with their girl. And to each his own. Like, if that's the life you want to live, just living day to day with your girl and living day to day with your girl, paycheck to paycheck, that's cool. But the way I see it, I want to provide for my family, so I'm gonna achieve a lot. I'm going to strive to achieve a lot more than the so-called average person nowadays in 2026, where you're just living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to fucking pay bills. Like, I don't want my family to deal with struggles like that in the future. And I'm only 25, but bro, people are just Bluetoothing to my car. I'm only 25, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna do great things in my life. That's without a doubt. But my point here is, you gotta go into those backrooms of your brain, dude, and you gotta find those versions of yourself that you love. Those versions of yours. Think back to those parts of your life where you were truly happy, where you were truly living days and not stressed out about certain little things. Find those versions of yourself in your mind and take them out for a spin, bro. Like, there are so many things that I don't do nowadays because I just don't have time, working 60 hours a week on top of my commute and everything else going on. Like, but if you can find the time to find those versions of yourself, get back into those things you were into. Like, bro, for me, I love building Gundams. I've only built a couple, but in that time in my life where I had the time to build those Gundams, and I think back into those moments where I was actually building them, just listening to music alone in my room, like, I was so happy. Like, and to some people it's stupid building Gundams, these little stupid robots, but I heard a philosopher talk about it a long time ago. It's like, and I'm gonna chop this, I'm not gonna say it anything close to what the quote said, but the gist of it was like, any hobby or activity can't be broken down into such meaningless terms. Like, music is just a bunch of people banging a bunch of things and making noises. When you put it like that, it sounds stupid. Gundams, I'm just building this little robot that's just gonna sit in my room and do nothing. Okay, but if that's what makes you happy, if that's what you enjoy doing on your off time, and that's what literally brings you joy, fulfills you, then who is anybody to tell you no, that that's stupid, that that's dumb, that I'll grow up? No, if that's what you like doing, then do it. As long as you have your responsibilities done, of course. I'm not telling you to just get into your fucking hobbies and forget everything else. No, still be a responsible human, but at the same time, we have to find that balance of doing the things that we love. Not just, I love, not in a basic sense of anything too, like, just you, what makes just you happy, not what makes you happy in a group of, I enjoy drinking and driving cars with my friends, like, or I don't know, like, just doing things in bigger, like, what makes just you happy by yourself without any outside validation, outside sources to bring up your energies. Like, you gotta find those things, man. And I don't know, I'm at a point right now where I'm 25 and I'm working hard, consistently trying to make my way in the world, but I've put off so many things, just saying like, when I get to the point where I quit my 9 to 5, I'll be able to play music again, I'll be able to build more Gundams, I'll be able to go camping more. But at the same, like, you have to find that balance of just doing shit. Like, I went camping a few weeks ago for the first time ever, and I had so much fun. I just went for the weekend, bought a tent, went with some friends who regularly camp, so it was a pretty easy experience. And since I just had to set up my tent and cook and exist, but it was so refreshing. Like, I remember the day after coming home and sleeping in my actual bed versus my tent in the cold, my sleeping bag with my girl and all that, and I got better sleep over there. Of course, I just felt like a refreshed human out in nature, just existing out there. We didn't do anything. I wasn't on my phone whatsoever. We were eating, walking around, looking at the lake, having conversations. We drank one night, like, and those are the things that bring you true joy, bring like fulfill you. I came back to work that next week so refreshed, and to think that I had been putting something off like that for years at this point, instead of to now where I just said, fuck it, I don't care who's going camping with me. When I go, I'm not gonna make any more excuses. I'm gonna buy. I started buying my tent, my sleeping bag, this and that, and then just so happened to come up this camping trip right when I said, oh, I'm gonna buy all this, and I was invited, so I was like, perfect, this is a sign, I need to go do this. So I don't know, get out there, do what you enjoy, don't put things off. Even though we're all striving to leave our 9-to-5s, if you vibe with this conversation in the sense of wanting greater things, we all want to leave that 9-to-5, but at the same time, you still have to find those balance of just being a human, being on the earth, and enjoying what's here for us. So get out there, boys. Peace out.